Hi guys.
Hello.
We've been asked, we've noticed quite a lot how we met and how we became a couple. Why not explain to you guys of this love story? The first picture I ever saw of Lisa, this was around 2017, I think. And there was a picture that Lisa had uploaded as a profile picture, and she had like her hair up, she had like a fringe, I think, some glasses on and bright red lipstick. And I was like, you know, that was the first picture I ever saw of this wonderful lady that was clearly sculpted by angels.
Yeah, and the first picture I saw of Leah, I think it's from 2018. I remember just being like, oh, hello. Yeah, and I thought she was like really, really attractive.
And then in 2019, I don't know if y'all remember, but there was that meme where it was the cat and the lady was shouting at him like this. And me and Lisa used to constantly share those and tag each other in them. And it kind of just like brought us together as friends. So we started tagging each other in things that we thought the other one would find funny. And then the nail on the head was Lisa cut her hair quite short.
I went through that phase what I think everyone goes through, where they're like, I can definitely go from black to blonde in a day. And I did, but my hair paid the price. And I was like, that's when I went through my wig stage and I was wearing loads of wigs.
Well, I took it upon myself to make the comment that Lisa looks like Lord Farquaad. So, and she didn't find it very funny. I thought it was hilarious. So I went on the Shrek cast and I put Lisa's face and changed the cast name to Lisa Farquaad and sent her it.
Then I got Billie Eilish tickets, and yeah, I posted a status about it, obviously. And I think within like a few hours, I had a little pop-up, and it was from Leah. And it just said something along the lines of, I don't know why I think you'll know, but do you know where I can get Billie Eilish tickets? And I was thinking,
You saw my status. Don't lie. You already liked it. I already know you know that I know where to get Billie Eilish tickets.
but I responded and I was like, oh yeah, just get them from here, or I got them from here, blah, blah, blah. And we have a little bit of toing and froing with that, didn't we? Like,
I might see you there. Ooh, we'll have a dance together if we do.
you know? Awful flirting.
It was awful. Absolutely awful.
We just got on really well, like, straight away.
It was like really good friends, with a hint of flirting, but
Yeah.
nothing.
Flanter.
It was very confusing time. At this point, I already started to like Lisa. We were talking, I already liked her, and she'd flirt with me, but then call me mate. And I'd be like...
I'd leave her on red for like a day or two.
She's not kidding. And I would quadruple text this bitch.
And yeah, things extended a little from there.
They escalated.
They certainly did. Bear in mind we hadn't met at this point. Leah sent me a message on well, it came up that I had a message from her, and I opened it and it said this message has been removed. And I was like, and I messaged her and I was like, it says you've sent me a message but it's been removed. And she was just like, oh yeah, just a stupid drunken message. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. And I was like at her all day saying, just tell me what you said.
And Lisa went to a wedding and sent me a drunken message and removed it.
And she did not like it.
I didn't.
Right, so then flash forward to New Year. New Year's Eve day, Leah was messaging me, as she did, and she was just like, I'm gonna have to block you. And I was waiting for some like legitimate reason as to why she'd need to block me. And she went, I don't trust myself when I'm drunk, so I'm gonna have to block you. And I was like...
So anyways, that happened. I did block Lisa. The next day, unblocked her. You know.
And I left her hanging. I literally left it, I think till like 5 p.m.
She did. So anyway, we became friends again. You know, I explained myself, blah, blah, blah. Flash forward to I was out with an ex-friend and I had a message from Lisa. Again, ended with mate. So, you know, I lost my shit. I was like, I'm done at this point.
A bitch bye, I'm not wasting no more time.
And I was like, listen here, girl. You either want to meet me or you don't. It's as simple as that. Make up your mind.
Bear in mind, she'd never actually asked me to meet her. But yeah, she said that to me. She sent me this message and I was a bit like, all right, we'll meet then. So we arranged to meet, I think it was like 3 days later.
I was shitting my pants.
Oh yeah, and then the age thing came up. Leah said, how old are you anyways? Can't believe we didn't ask this. And I was like, I was 28. 29.
28. No, you was 29.
I was 29.
I remember replying and I was like, oh shit, I almost don't want to say how old
Yeah,
I
she
am.
literally messaged and said, I almost don't want to say how old I am. And I was like, oh God. And I think I even said, you're not like 21 or something, are you? And she replied and was like, no. And I was like, thank God. And then she replied and went, I'm 18. And I was like... And I looked at the message for a bit and I was like... It's not even been an issue. It's been more of an issue for other people than it has for us.
The day before I was meant to meet, I got cold feet.
She did.
And I was...
She wasn't going to come.
Not going to go. I was like, Lisa's so much older than I am. What if she doesn't like me? What if she's not what I expected? What if she doesn't think I look like my pictures? What if this? What if that? So I was like, I'm not going, period. The morning came. I was still adamant I wasn't going to go. My mum came in my room because I'd mentioned that I was meant to be meeting Lisa and she was super excited for me. She said she could just tell I had like some sort of glow. And I was like, I'm not going. And thanks, Mum, because you got me there. But my mum turned around to me and she was like, if you don't go, I will drag you there. And, you know, luckily I showed up. First things first, it was so awkward because I walked straight into the door. So, brilliant start. We saw each other, we had a hug. We didn't have a kiss. No, I was too shy for that. I'm getting good, right, just talking about it. We had a cuddle. She smelled so nice. She looked beautiful, you know, and...
After, like, literally 4 hours, I was sat there and I was like, okay, what's going on? And I was faced with this giggly, blushing person who wouldn't even give me eye contact. So I was like, Lisa.
Gonna have to find your balls.
So I was like, are you gonna kiss me then? So I just thought, at least if I ask and she's like, no, then I'll be like, joking. And she was just like, why don't you kiss me? And I was just like, I asked you first. And then I think you were like, I asked you second, and then we just kissed, and it was...
Yeah. Oh.
You know, like when you see in films, when they have the first kiss and it's all like... And the camera like swoops round them, you know?
It was the best first kiss I have ever had.
Yeah. It's honestly...
Perfect.
The best. Yeah, so we had a kiss and then I went home. And the one thing that I loved was every time I left from meeting Leah, she'd text me straight away. And I think this went on for like 5-6 days, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just meeting up every day. We'd meet until like 1 a.m. and I was always like, ask me to stay. And she never did. And
I wanted to be respectful. Well, I took this one to the very romantic McDonald's. When someone takes you for food and you sat and you're eating ever so politely, like nibble by nibble, Literally, she just grabbed like a handful of fries. There must have been like 15 chips in there. She was just like, just chucked them all in her mouth. And I was just like, wow, I've literally never come across that before. So yeah, I was like, I love you, chicken, I do. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been very confident enough to make the first move, which I was sure I was gonna do with Lisa. Well, boy, was I wrong. Because I saw her and I just shit myself a bit and I went real red and I couldn't even string a sentence together. So the third day we'd met, one of my childhood friends waltzed into Hastings pub. So this is the girl he's cheating on Lauren with. And I was like, what? And Lisa was like, so
I was about ready to get up and I was actually looking around me. But I was wedged in because I was sat on the inside of the booth.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, how am I going to get past her without her seeing me get past her? That's what I was thinking.
And he was like, oh yeah, Lauren's been going around telling everybody you've been cheating on her for like 3 months with this mysterious girl. Me and Lauren have almost been broke up 2 years. 2 years in June, actually. So anyways, I was just looking at Lisa because I was like, oh my God, I'm backed into a corner. What do I say? She's going to leave me. We didn't even begin our brilliant love story yet. Help me, God. Anyways, I took it upon myself to be like, baby, please, listen. You know?
She actually did.
I did. I haven't got a girlfriend, I swear. And I knew this one was just looking at me like, bullshit. So I messaged Lauren on Snapchat in front of this one's eyes. And I was like, excuse me, love, but why are you telling people I'm cheating on you? We'd broken up 8 months at this point. And she just replied with, funny, isn't it? No, actually, it wasn't funny at all. Anyways, I got us both a drink. We sat, we talked it out. Ended up bringing us closer together. Realised at that point it's like time to say I love you. Anyways, you know, we was giving our goodbyes and it was just like word vomit. I couldn't control it and I was just like, I love you. And she was like, I love you too. And I was like, it's happening, I can hear the wedding bells. So yeah, and then as Lisa was walking away, I was like,
You're the best.
got 2 strangers like, what the fuck was that? And Lisa was like, and every time she was like going to leave, she kept running back and was having a little kiss. And it was like, we're kids, you know, she was running. I was like, no, come back and we'll kiss. And then she'd run. And I was like, hey, you want to play a game? And she was like, what's that? And I was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she said, yeah, thank you very much, Lord Jesus. Because I don't know what I would have done if she said no. So anyway, she said, yeah, girlfriend. And then she met the family.
I did.
We got sick of Hastings pub because it was just always full of perverts. Like, we was trying to have a kissy kiss and there'd be like 5 grown men going, oh yeah, turn this way a bit. And I couldn't trust to go to the toilet and leave Lisa alone for 5 minutes because every time I'd come back, the table was just crowded with gross men that smelled like sweat and minimum wage. I was like... Anyways, we went.
I walked in, obviously at this point, still nervous, barely knew Leah. So I was like, I walked in. Peter was asleep on the sofa. Jack was on his phone on the other sofa. I walked through into the kitchen. Ryan is sat there on his game. Tracy's sat there in a wheelchair. And Kev comes out of the toilet and just goes, can I use the ironing board? And I was like,
Yes? To your house?
I'd never been around so many people in one sitting. It was
I got a big family.
Yeah. And so I was a bit like, oh my God. Peter woke up, walked in, didn't speak to me. I was like, nice to meet you. Then Jack just kept like looking at me and was just like, and I was like, Ryan said, do you want a drink tea? And I was like, yeah. Didn't even know what he said. I didn't know what I was agreeing to. But I just wanted to be polite. Kev didn't really speak to me other than the ironing board fiasco. And then Tracy sat in a wheelchair, dog on knee, because she'd broken her ankle, but I didn't know that at this point. Well, the dog jumped down and jumped back up, and Tracy stood up. And I was like, well, I was just like,
She's cured!
And it was a lot. It was a lot. And then I think like a few hours later, we went back out, and then we went back to Leah's, and Nikki, her auntie, was sat on the sofa, and we just walked in the kitchen and walked back out. And then as soon as we got back in the car, Leah was like, "Oh, that was my auntie, by the way." And I was like, why wouldn't you say that to me? Why wouldn't you introduce me? So then we had to go back in the house and introduce me to the auntie. And I was like,
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm scared. I'm anxious. Goodbye.
left the house again. And I was like, this is a lot of work. This is hard. Like, this is a lot.
Me and Lisa were at my house, and my mum goes to the pub, used to go to the pub before the lockdown period. And this particular day was a Saturday, so I said to Lisa, we want to get drunk. And, you know, she was totally up for it.
Yeah, so we got like Budweiser, gin, vodka, Malibu.
Practically bought the whole alcohol aisle. Yeah. This one got ID for lemonade.
No, that's not what happened.
It is.
I got a bottle of gin, got ID'd, and I was like... And at this point, I was a bit like, I'm 29. Like, I was 29 at that point. I was like, I'm 29, come on. And she was like,
No, you don't look it.
and I was just like... And anyway, I gave her my ID. Realised Leah doesn't drink tonic. She's 13. So I went back in for some lemonade and went and got it. Got to the till, and she was like, have you got ID? I was like, what? She went, have you got ID? I was like, what? She went, the lemonade. I was like, it's lemonade. And anyway, this went on for a while, and she was just like, yes, but you previously bought alcohol. And I was like, and you saw my ID. And I was just stood there like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And to be fair, I would have shown her my ID, but I didn't realise it was in my pocket. I thought I left it in the car, and then I felt my pocket, and I was like... And so I showed her, and I was like, we good? 29? Lemonade? We all right? Cool.
Got to my house to ourselves for the whole part of 5 minutes, I think. You know, put the lights on in the kitchen, the party lights.
I get excited.
Anyways, we were having a drink, we was getting a bit personal, a bit close, and then my little brother comes waltzing through the door with his 9-year-old friend, whom can down a Budweiser beer in the space of 3 seconds.
He wasn't 9. And yeah, then Jack and his friend walked in, and they were like,
You alright? Can we come dance? I was like, yeah.
It was really funny night, actually.
it was really good.
Anyways, it flew by. It was like midnight, and my mum and stepdad come back from the pub, and they're like,
Yeah, what's going on up in here?
and I'm like, hi mum, nothing's going on up in here.
They both came in. Kevin Tracy gave me a hug and a kiss, and I was like,
Oh my god.
This was like the second time we've met each other.
And I was just like, oh my god, yes!
Anyways, my plan worked. Lisa had had too much to drink to drive. I was like, do you want to stay? She was like, yes I do, as a matter of fact. Nothing happened. We just got really drunk and went to sleep. So that was that. But then she'd stayed. I knew what it was like to share my bed with Lisa. So, you know, I didn't want Lisa to leave ever again in my whole entire life. Lisa didn't want to leave ever again in her whole entire life. We're spending a lot of quality time together, and, you know, we're pretty inseparable at this point. And a couple of days later, we went into a national lockdown. So much to my luck, we ended up living together for the whole lockdown. But we took this time. Lisa really bonded with my family. They got a really good relationship going on during this terrible time. So it actually worked out really well for everyone involved. Then we moved from my mum's to Lisa's mum's just for the bigger space. We stayed there for a while.
it was absolute torrential pouring down rain. So I put loads of pillows in the car and my laptop, Netflix, everything like that.
She popped a question, and I was like, I was a bit speechless. I think
cried.
this one thought I was going to say no because I just didn't answer for the longest time. 'Cause I was trying to fight back them tears. So, anyways, I was like, yes, of course I'll marry you. Bloody hell. And then we went from Lisa's mum's to here. And when we first viewed the flat, I hid Lisa's engagement ring amongst moving boxes. We were decorating, and that, you know, Lisa was just totally distracted singing along to Capital Radio. So I was like, what better time than now? So I got the ring box that shines like a blue light. So she thought I was taking a picture. I was actually proposing, awaiting her response. And then I popped the question. And then we were both popping questions and both giving answers.
Yeah, so we moved in here September. We don't know if we're going to be long term here or not. We don't ideally want to be because we want a house, I think. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there's probably loads of twists and turns.
Exes have been involved, stuff's been said, rumour mill, you know, all that kind of thing.
But at the end of the day, if we can stay together and be this happy after not 1, not 2, but 3 lockdowns, I think we're pretty fucking
There's a chance
good.
for you all. I do definitely believe, I never used to, but since meeting Lisa, I do believe that everybody has a soulmate.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I think at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, so many people, whether they're single or taken, focus on time. There's no point in spouting negativity to people who are really happy, because the absolute worst thing that is going to come out of it is that we don't work and we break up. Yeah, no.
Let's flash forward to now.
And that's it. Now we're just living our life. We are planning our wedding, babies, house moves, you know, what we want to do as a couple, where we want to be, all that kind of jazz. So yeah, that's it. Until
Next time.
next time.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Yeah, if I can feel my back. She literally just.
Can you ever feel your back?
There we go.
Jesus. Oh my goodness, you're
Okay.
so attractive.
Aww. God. Baby, you're embarrassing me.
Oh, God, I was holding that in for like at least 20 minutes. Lovely.
Oh, filming.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Deleted it.
YouTube deleted it. I don't know, how do you do it? Yes. I couldn't. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, baby. Can I press play? I didn't know what was waiting.
I didn't. I pressed record.
Okay.
Laughing.
It's me, oh, yours looks nicer.
It is flat. I don't want it.
Okay. We're getting off track here. This was about our
I know, you
relationship.
really do go on.
I don't go on.
Okay.
Yeah, difficult, innit?
No, not really.
Love.
Yeah.